Patuloy pa ring pinag-uusapan sa social media ang isyu patungkol sa umanong pagpapakulong ni Jinky Pacquiao sa asawa nitong si Manny Pacquiao matapos nga daw na malaman nito ang kinasangkutan umanong investment scam ni Manny. Ayon sa balita ng inig umano sa galit si Jinky nang makarating dito ang balita at agad na kinausap ang asawa. Tila dismayado naman ang panganay nilang anak na si Jamil Pacquiao sa ginawa ni Jinky Pacquiao. Ayon dito, sana daw ay inalam muna ng kanyang mommy kung totoo o hindi ang balita at sana daw ay pinakinggan muna nito ang side ng kanyang daddy Manny. Sa ngayon nga daw ay inamin na ni Manny sa publiko na nagkamali siya. Sinabi din nito na biktima lang din umano siya at taos pusong humingi ng paumanhin sa publiko. Samantala umasa nga daw ang publiko na ipatutupad pa rin ni Manny ang budget para sa mga atleta at mahihirap sakaling magkaroon muli ito ng posisyon sa Senado. Narito panoorin ang video.
Doon muna tayo sa amateur and professional. I said may premyo may purse ang professional pag lumaban. Ang amateur po, Mr. President, is mayroon silang allowance sa gobyerno. Mayroon po silang monthly allowance sa gobyerno na natatanggap. It's government fund. Which is the professional o makikita lang sila pagka may fight. Wala po silang allowance. Yun po ang pinagkakaiba, and then napakahirap po ng professional dahil open po. Ito ay paulitin ko naman ulit na iba yung danger na hinaharap ng mga professional boxers, no, boxing, kaysa sa amateur. Unang-una, Mr. President, hindi nila alam kung ano yung magiging buhay nila. Pwede silang mamatay, pwedeng makasurvive. Yun po ang pinakadahilan po noon. Siguro, we cannot compare our country to other countries na binanggit natin, no, kung funded, which is funded ng gobyerno o hindi funded ng gobyerno. Sa atin naman po kasi, alam niyo naman dito sa sitwasyon natin dito sa Pilipinas, no, we should give consideration a professional boxing na nagka-contribute din ng malaki para sa karangalan ng ating bansa. Yun po, yun ang inaano ko sa aking kasama na I hope makonsidera din, hindi lamang sa ano natin, sa sarili nating pananaw. Ako kung hindi ko lang naranasan tong experience ito, bakit ko ipaglaban ang mga boksingero? Bakit ko ipaglaban yung karapatan nila na may magkatutok sa kanila? I don't care. Pero nandito ako, alam ko kung anong sitwasyon, alam ko kung anong problema nila, alam ko kung anong mga pangailangan nila, and then kung walang nako-contribute sa ang professional boxing sa Pilipinas, bakit ko ipupurso ito? 'Di ba? Kung hindi tayo nakikilala sa buong mundo, bakit ko ipupurso ito? Pabayaan na natin 'yan. Pero because professional boxing, diyan po tayo nakikilala. Kahit sa ang sulok ng mundo, ating mga kababayang Pilipino na sa ibang bansa, para po sa kaalaman ng lahat, ang ating mga kababayan sa ibang bansa, proud sila dahil nakilala na ang bansang Pilipinas because of boxing. Hindi ko sinasabing ako yon na boksingero, hindi lang ako kundi marami pang mga nag-champion na Pilipino na nagwagayway ng ating bansa. And I'm hoping that all of us will understand that effort and sacrifices of those athletes na in professional boxing. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President. Tama ho yung sinabi nyo. Pag bumabiyahe ako at sabihin Pilipino, ang sagot sa akin, Manny Pacquiao. So, wag ho kayong, you don't need to be humble, Mr. President, kasi talagang humble naman po kayo. Pero ang kilala talaga nila, Manny Pacquiao. And of course, you're right, iba din boxers. Pero sabihin na natin ang totoo, Manny Pacquiao talaga ho. And we are proud of it. We are proud of everything that you have done, Mr. President. But like His Honor said, hindi naman niya to ipaglalaban kung hindi based sa personal knowledge niya. And we respect that. We have so much respect for everything that His Honor has been through. But in the same way, that's why we have interpellation, kasi ini-improve ho natin yung bill natin. Kasi sana po, when we have interpellation, yung sponsor, papakinggan din niya naman po yung experiences ng mga nag-interpolate. Ako nga, I am nothing compared to His Honor when it comes to sports, pero sinishare ko din po na alam ko din yung buhay ng atleta as a volleyball player, as a triathlete, as a marathoner, ultramarathoner, yun ho yung mga sports na naseryoso ko. And syempre pag sinabing triathlon, kasama po doon ang swimming, biking, and running. So I'm also saying, Mr. President, na meron din tayong na-contribute dito, and that is the whole essence of legislation. It's teamwork. Teamwork po to. The goal really is to ideally improve the measure. So I have had the honor of being mentored by, well, with us is Senator Drilon, and our Senate President can attest to what we went through with the RH bill. Mahabaan yun. Inabot ng buwan-buwan taon yung aming interpellation dyan. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. And I learned a lot from it. And I'd like to believe that it's a better bill because of all the contributions that went into it. So our end goal here, Mr. President, is that His Honor would have an open mind to consider looking at the bill from the perspective also of the other athletes. Hindi lang yung sport na pinagdaanan niya. Kasi nga, meron din ho tayong responsibility dito sa mga ibang atleta natin na nai-injure din, hindi rin natatapos ang career, na nagre-retire din, na hindi ho nakapag-aral, hindi nakapagtapos. Concerned din po tayo sa kanila. So yun naman po yung response ko doon. And when His Honor said, let's not compare ourselves to the other countries, binanggit ko lang naman po because kayo naman ho ang nagsabi na other countries have a boxing commission. So I researched it and I found out that most of the countries that have boxing commissions are privately funded. Hindi po siya public funds. Hindi po siya gumagamit ng public funds. So that's a main distinction we want to make para clear naman ho ang record natin. So I'll go on to the next item. The reason that it is so, the reason I am taking time on this bill, Mr. President, is because this bill seeks to set up new offices for a boxing commission. And especially now during this time of COVID, I feel that this is not well timed. And so I'd like to put on the screen budgets that are basically affected in the 100 million mark, because more or less yan ho yung hinihingi ng ating butihing sponsor for his boxing commission. So basically, what I'm showing you here is just an example. Itong e-classroom, ito yung package ng e-classroom. It cost about 1.6 million per package and it will fund almost 100 classrooms. No, yan ang halaga niyan. School buildings, maliit lang to, no? Ito yung practically maybe mga 2 or 3 classrooms lang to. So a small school building, 60 school buildings ang maipapatayo. In addition to that, another package would be school furniture sets. Ito yung mga tables and chairs at 116,000 pesos per set. That's 1,200 sets of furnitures. And finally, yung school building package, which is building and furnitures and solar panels at 4.1 million pesos per package. That's 36 schools. So again, I'm saying we need to be responsible on how we spend, especially during this time na kulang ho ang ating source of income. We debated for how many days din yung health bills. One example that I cannot forget is a hospital in Palawan. They're simply asking for an increase in bed capacity from 10 beds to 20 beds, 8 million pesos. Wala tayong pondo. Wala nang mapagkunan. Ang haba ng debate, the majority floor leader can attest to that. Walang pondong mapagkunan para mapondohan yung hospital nila na madagdagan lang ng 10 kama for the year 2021. Kumbaga, allocated na yung pondo ng health. So I take my hat off to the majority floor leader, the minority floor leader, the chairman of the Committee on Health na nagkasundo on how to fund this next year na lang, 2022. And I pointed out though that I think 5 billion worth of unprogrammed projects ang nasa health infrastructure din na hindi rin matutuloy this year. Kasi unprogrammed means we want to fund it, approve na yan, pero walang pondo. That is the reality. Healthcare pa lang yan. I can ask the good chairman of the Committee on Basic Education to take the floor, but he's been standing all day for the last 3 days to also talk about the shortages we have in the classrooms, no? And also the chair of the Committee on Higher Ed, magkatabi sila, hindi ho yan mapaghiwalay yung dalawang yan. Shortages of classrooms and so on and so forth in both higher ed and basic ed. So I'm not saying that all our concerns are not important at yung sa akin lang importante. Wala hong ganon. Lahat ho ito importante, but we need to measure and decide where will we put valuable funds. So since mahal na mahal namin dalawa ng aking mabuting kaibigan na si Senator Manny Pacquiao, ang mga atleta, ang request ko is ibigay natin sa atleta. Wag lang naman yung dun sa mahal na mahal niyang sports, which nire-respeto ko, it's a natural inclination. But I'm asking na sana, especially during this time, spread out natin yan at ibigay dun din sa mga ibang atleta na nangangailangan. And on that note, I need to emphasize and go back to the point I raised a day ago na these functions that His Honor would like to give to a new boxing commission are already being performed by GAB. At nung paulit-ulit kong tinanong na ano bang pagkukulang ng GAB, wala naman hong sinabi ang ating butihing sponsor. Sabi nga niya, wala naman siyang masabi, ayaw naman niyang makapagsalita ng hindi ano. Pero sabi ko, sabihin yung totoo. And finally, yesterday, sabi niya, wala daw ho kasing package for welfare.
Mr.
Wala sa package ng welfare kasi wala ho sa mandate nila. So the solution there, with all due respect, is let's amend the GAB law to give them funding and the authority to manage a welfare fund for the athletes. Yun ho ang solution doon. I think we can work around that to be able to assist not just the boxers but the other athletes who in the line of fire, in the line of their work, their sport, na-expose ho sa mga injury. Yun ho ang proposal ko, and I'd like to know from His Honor if he would be amenable to that. That we amend. That's the first thing that we can do, at least now during this time of the pandemic, na i-focus na lang natin yan dun sa welfare fund na gusto ng ating butihing senador. Gawin natin yung welfare fund. We can put some money in GAB for the benefit of the boxers. And then we'll have to create another fund kasi hindi pwede i-manage ng GAB yung para sa amateurs. Kasi sa akin lang, exposed din naman po sila.
The measure says the Philippine Boxing Commission shall be directly under the administrative supervision of the Office of the President. May we know why, Mr. President, it has to be under the Office of the President? Would the gentleman tell us how many officers right now are under the administrative supervision of the President?
Under this, the members under this bill, Mr. President, there will be seven members. One is we call the chairman and 6 members, board members. To be chosen by the President, Mr.
Our question is, why do we want to place the Philippine Boxing Commission under the administrative supervision of the President? And let me explain the context of the question. Mr. President, I had the fortune of being an executive secretary in the office of the President. And, Mr. President, you cannot imagine the number of agencies under the office of the President. So that what happens is that because of the sheer number of agencies under the office of the President, they are like flying saucers just revolving around, nobody supervising them, because the executive secretary simply cannot supervise them.
Because, Mr. President, the President appoints the 7 members of this commission.
Mr. President, the President of the Republic is the appointing authority, and he appoints everybody in this world, in this bureaucracy, unless delegated to the department secretary or another official. The fact that one is appointed by the office of the president is not a justification for putting the agency under the office of the president.
Yes, it is,
It
Mr.
can be,
President.
the Philippine Boxing Commission can have the commissioners appointed by the president and be under the Games and Amusement Board for administrative supervision.
I think it's best to be under by the president, Mr. President.
Why,
Yes,
Mr. President?
Because for the best interest of the agency, Mr. President.
I'm sorry?
The best interest of the commission, Mr. President.
What is the best interest of the commission that requires that it be placed under the office of the president?
Mr. President, same thing with GOB. GOB is under the president. I mean, under the executive secretary and
Under the?
executive secretary.
So, since the GAB is under the office of the president, the Philippine Boxing Commission, without any rhyme or reason, should also be under the office of the president.
What's the question, Mr. President?
The only reason why the proposal is to place the Philippine Boxing Commission under the office of the president is that because the GAB is under the office of the president. Is that correct?
Yes, Mr. President. I think and I believe that the best format for to be under by the president, this boxing commission.
But I thought the GAB has a precisely among the rationale that is being presented before us is that the GAB is too big and therefore we must focus on boxing. So why are we putting the commission on the same level as the GAB insofar as reporting to the office of the president is concerned?
Because, Mr. President, this I believe is the best format and term of organization. The president will appoint the members of this commission.
You know, Mr. President, I hope I can convince the gentleman from General Santos that the mere fact that a government official is appointed by the president is not a justification for the direct supervision of the president over a commission or an agency. I think that's very basic.
Yes, I understand that, Mr. President.